Scorpio, hello. Welcome back. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot. I've got my little fingerless gloves on this week because I am a little chilly. So we are going to do your weekly read. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising placements. I suppose also Venus, if that's something that you read, that you watch videos for. We're going to use the Antique Anatomy Tarot because it sort of feels to me like a Halloween-y deck. And we're going to be asking Spirit to give us some guidance for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising placements for the week. It is a general read. We are not going to read 12 cards. It's a general read, so it may not resonate for you. If it doesn't sound like it's fitting your situation, it's probably just not your energies I'm picking up on this week, so you can leave that. You can check some of the older recordings because I think when you see the video is what matters more so than when you when I have recorded it, right? So if this one isn't resonating, you could check some of the older ones you haven't watched yet. And there also, of course, are many very talented readers on YouTube that you could check out instead. So let's just take 4 cards, see what the Spirit has for you this week, Scorpio. Again, this is the Antique Anatomy Tarot. There'll be a link in the description box below for you. Let me just take a sip of coffee. So we're starting out with the Devil here. There may be some sort of habit that you're starting to find a bit cumbersome and you need to step away from. Could just be that you're feeling a little bit devilish, you know, a little bit playful and season, you know, excited about Halloween, tricking and treating. We have the Two of Rods coming out next, Two of Wands energy, talking about making plans and decisions. You're potentially considering a move this week, Scorpio. Now that could be a move as in you're moving house, you're getting a new apartment. It could be that you're considering making your move. Perhaps you're feeling devilish because you have someone in your sights, and this might be the week. Perhaps there's a Halloween party and you're planning to attend, and the object of your interest will be at the party, and you're hoping to have an intimate conversation. I just want to show you the artwork on this card. It's quite nice. Those orange flowers, lilies. Asiatic lilies, I think. We have up next the Five of Elixirs. So this is sort of a Five of Cups energy. There's a bit of regret here, potentially a little bit of self-pity. You feel like you lost an opportunity. But there is in this the energy of what you focus on being in your control. So you may have lost an opportunity in the past to talk to this person, to connect with this person, to be something more in this person's life, and you can choose to focus on that and ruin your fun time at the party this weekend, or you could focus on the possibilities that remain, the potential of that connection that still remains, and not get stuck in the self-pity. Now when I say the party this weekend, that's for some of you. It's metaphorical for others. But there is an opportunity to see the person you're interested in coming up, it would appear, Scorpio, and whether or not that turns out well has a lot to do with where you put your mind, what you focus your attention on, whether you get wrapped up in that sense of loss at the missed opportunities in the past, or set your sights on the future and the potential that remains for a connection in the future. Judgment comes up next. This is quite an interesting card. And this is telling me that the scales are balancing. Something is happening that is meant to happen. There is a reckoning. There's a time to be rewarded for your past efforts, and absolutely shifting us back again to this focus of you create your future. What will your future be, Scorpio? Will you stay focused? Unlike this camera, which will not focus. Will you stay focused on your past, on what didn't work out before? Or will you turn your sights to the future? Because you create your future with every choice you make. That's definitely what I'm seeing here. You've got an exciting chance, a second chance. And you can do it right this time. It looks like a pretty great week. Scorpio, I'm going to pull 2 of the Santa Muerte Tarot for you, and we're going to read out of the guidebook because there are advice from the dead sections for each card, which are quite nice, and I want to just pull a couple of those for you. So let's see what we have here for Scorpio. Just 2 cards. And the High Priestess. Very nice. One more card for Scorpio. There we go. So you have the High Priestess coming out first. Jumped right out. Sorry about the glare. Focus. There, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful card. I've got a little bit of delay on my camera here. Sorry about that. But this is the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords. Wow. Look at that. So there's just this, you're totally tapped into your intuition this weekend, this weekend, this period of time. You are really lined up with what's happening internally. Your connection to divine and your knowing is spot on, which would be quite useful if you're trying to make a connection with someone. And the Ace of Swords energy coming out next is telling me that there's just an absolute clarity to your thinking. You are just, you're firing on all cylinders, as they say. Your mind is sharp, your intuition is strong. Let's see what the book has for advice from the dead on these 2 cards. And give me just a moment. I apologize, but I'm getting used to the book and I don't know where everything is. So the High Priestess. The advice from the dead for the High Priestess card. I wish it would focus just a bit better. Let's see. Yeah, I could do this all day. It's not working for me. All right. Proceed with study and meditate on the best road that will take you where you can realize your project without forgetting to value what you are accumulating or keeping. Don't forget to value what you're accumulating and keeping. Don't forget to value the experiences you're having, but always keep in mind where you want to end up and think about the best path to get you there. So if what you want is a connection with another person, you'd be spending a lot of time thinking about how to get in the same space with them. What would they want to talk about? And what do you have to share with them that would be of interest? Let's look up the Ace of Swords next. I just have to figure out where the swords are. I think they're last. Let me see. We have the Ace of Swords our advice. It won't float. There we go. Evaluate and choose carefully the direction in which you choose to channel your abundant intellectual and subconscious energies. So, you're very sharp right now. You've got a super sharp mind, very sharp intuition. You can use this to get you to this person. If you're feeling playful and you're making plans, you want to connect with somebody, you could use it for other things too. So think carefully about how you want to use your gifts, is what I'm sensing here from Spirit. It looks like a pretty interesting week, Scorpio. You're definitely in your power as you're getting so close to your season. I'm going to read out of this book now. This is something I found on my shelf at home I'd forgotten I owned. What You Need to Know Now by the Li Ching Messages. And it's just a bunch of random bits of advice, and I'm just going to open up randomly. I think that's the same one I opened up randomly too last time. I may need a better method here. Let's see. Here we go. You will go through periods in your life when you will simply follow Spirit without hesitation and let it lead you each and every day of your life to your greatest joy, because it always will. That is the perfection in all things. You need not go to the level of suffering in order to help others. So those are two bits of advice. It's quite an interesting little book. So you need not go to the extent of suffering in order to help others. You can empathize. You can understand that a person needs your help without fully understanding the experience that they're having. And you have an opportunity, I think, with this set of gifts that are manifesting for you this week, to really understand others and what matters to them. And if your goal is to connect with another human being, then what I'm sensing overall as a message from Spirit is you have intellect, you have intuition, you have past experience of what you don't want to happen. You have a reminder here that you create your own future through the choices that you make. And you have your closing message, and that adds a layer of guidance that says, think about this person that you want to connect with and try to truly understand them. Move beyond your desire to be with them to understand why you want to be with them. What is it about them, Scorpio, that's so appealing to you? It's a pretty great week. I hope that you have a great time, and I hope we see you next week. Thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Every like, share, and subscribe helps us get out there to more people to share these messages so that they can reach whomever they're meant for. I also love to have your feedback. So if you found something of value in this recording, please drop me an email. There'll be an email address in the box below, along with links to the decks and the book, in case you're interested in any of that for your own collection. And yeah, I think that's it. We will see you next time. Next week you will be the first recording, so it'll be your birthday season, so that'll be exciting for you too. Thank you for sharing this time with me. It's an honor to read for you. Blessings.